middle, do the ruck work. Anlin gets it down towards Far, who can't take it with him. McLeod goes the other way and does very nicely. Handball over the top towards Trotter and Anlin. Sits for Riley, can handball to Dan Curvis, gets it away from Trotter. Handball further afield towards O'Connor. He's going to be under pressure now, and Lithgow does pretty well in the end to see it over the line for a throw in between wing and half forward. Thomson into attack in the second term into the breeze. And the ruck contest with Anderton and also Meek. Armitage to possibly come over the back. Oh, the boundary umpire hasn't thrown that in too far. Might go straight back out. There you go. That has. Might want to come in 6 or 8 steps, I think, the boundary umpire. It's a pretty strong breeze there. I think he has. I think umpire Wheelerhand's told him to. So now he throws in. That's a bit better. Anderton from behind, now towards the front Far. Right foot kick, blazed away towards centre half forward. The loose man's there, Felbin. Didn't talk, though, to Daniels, who got a hand to it and couldn't take the mark. Lowther over the top of it now. Needs to get it away. Daniels stands his ground. Paul Pandy. He runs into Daniels, and the umpire will come in and ball it up close to the boundary line. Troy Felbin will be livid. Well, standing right under that football then.
Well, he was probably the fault. I don't think he spoke.
There you go. That's all right. So from the ruck contest, falls towards the side of the pack. Running through the middle there was Watts. He can't take it with him. The umpire will come in and bounce it. So, ball up right half forward flank. Inverleigh into attack. Umpire Hallett throws the ball in the air. Favours Meek, gets it down towards Orwin. Anlin ran through without the footy though. Riley runs past as well. Far. Ooh. Kicked it off the ground. Just landed in the field of play.
He spent a fair bit of the first quarter off the ground, didn't he? He can play, this fella.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the problem was there. It must have been some sort of a slight, maybe not taped up properly or something. Don't think it was an injury.
From the ruck contest to the side, O'Connor coming through Dowie, got one high, and we'll take advantage paid. McLeod picked the footy up and ran away, chipped the ball towards Yates, got a hand to it, nearly took the mark. Hood, good front and centre, terrible handball though. Now Coley has to ride the bump, get it away to Hood somehow, ran through the line at half forward, draws a player, great vision to Riley, but he didn't go and meet it, and Collins did. Falls to the side of the pack, Collins over the top of it, umpire says play on. Now it falls to McLeod, he can finish off the play, and he did.
Great play, he's played it good, playing well here.
So Todd McLeod puts his first on the board, the 7th for Thomson. And great play. He started the play at half-back, followed all the way down and kicked the goal. And Thomson go to 7-8-50. They lead Inverleigh 1-1-7. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 3 minutes played.
Well, it just shows what persistence does, doesn't it? If you persist, usually works your way. And Hoodie had a bit of trouble picking the footy up there, but it spilled it out enough just to Todd to get on it and kick a nice goal into the breeze. And that's just the answer Thomson wanted and Inverleigh didn't, of course.
So the ball back in the middle now. Only 3 minutes gone this second quarter. Thomson with a goal into what's now quite a firm breeze. As the ball goes up, Anderton, lovely tap down. Player tackled high. Players, ball comes out to centre wing. As, Thomson again through McLeod. Handball has found Dowie. Handball looking for teammate there in Riley. He can't get a hand down to pick the footy up. It's kicked off the ground. It's rolling towards our broadcast position. Nicely tapped back in by Orwin. Unfortunately straight to Hood. But Orwin does well. He's almost holding the footy. No, said the umpire, as Nan Curvis, pushing the back. Rather blatant, I'm afraid. Right in front of our broadcast position, and Terry Nan Curvis put the body on the line. And Orwin just a bit careless now. Called the play on. Gets around the man on the mark too easily. Now kicks it low into the breeze. Terrible kick though. But he has gained some distance. It lands on the ground and rolls over the boundary line. I guess the Thomson forward's a bit at fault there, Laurie. There wasn't much movement. Nan Curvis didn't have an option.
No, and he had to go wide, and the wind's carried out as well.
So the ball now half forward flank in front of the Social Club here at Godfrey Street. Ball thrown in. Better throw in by the umpire. O'Connor up high, gets the tap down, and has to do the roving as well. Coming through strongly as Dower. Ball comes to Ginn. He gets a handball quickly, looking for Far, but finds McCallum. He eludes a tackle, comes back to Ginn. He's tackled, finally just gets a kick. Ball goes towards half forward. All Thomson back there. Armstrong, ball comes off his hands to Lowther. Handball back to teammate in Daniels. Daniels now high to half forward. Yates in good position. Wynn took it right away from him. Ball hits the ground. Yates now picks it up, gets a handball to O'Connor, who called it. He's tackled without the footy. Play on, said the umpire. O'Connor takes it over the boundary line, and it's still adjacent to our broadcast position. 5 minutes gone, second quarter.
The wind really pulled that up, Eric. It's got up a little bit heavier, I think, the wing.
So the ball now thrown in once again. Anderton, great tap down. Trotter reads it well. Well, his handball was intercepted almost, but he followed up quickly. Finally gets the footy on the left foot towards half forward. Aitchison attacked the footy, can't control it. Pandy Andrew picks it up well. Handball only went to Lowther. He then tries to tackle Lowther, but strength there is too great. Nice little kick to Nankervis over the top to Daniel. Oh, terrible handball there from Daniels on that occasion. It's turned the footy over. Picked up by Ginn on the left foot towards half forward. But good reading of the football there by Chris Baxter at half back for Thomson. Switches play across the ground to Aitchison. Now they're away. Thomson, no, he's got no one to kick to, so he's going to have to come back defensive side. Kicks it to the middle of the ground. Feldman, loose man in defence, has done well. He's run forward and taken the mark in the centre of the ground. So Troy Feldman for Thomson. Now goes wide to half forward. Gee, the wind's brought it back to half forward. Yates.
Handball.
Big stretch, the handball. Oh, gee, there was no talk once again, but the handball went to Riley. Chips it to full forward.
You've got to take up coaching, Jason.
Well, I think on that occasion, Wilder thought that Riley was going for goal, Laurie, and that's poor defence. You've got to mind your player, and Panther left a yard clear, and that's all he needed. He's only 15 metres out, quite an acute angle, and with this bruise, it'll be interesting to see how he controls the footies. Kick 3 in the first quarter, Ross Panther, and he moves in. That's a nice looking kick. Gee, the umpire's gone a long way across though. What's he going to tell us? He's going to tell us it's a goal. That's 4 to Panther, and the second goal in this quarter for Thomson. So they're putting the foot down. They're 8:56. They're leading Inverleigh 1-1-7 Raiders. Bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 7 minutes gone.
Yeah, it's certainly a worry now for Inverleigh. They've ticked 2 into the breeze and they've only been going 5 minutes, so some bad signs there. Inverleigh are sort of struggling to get clear of the footy, and they're trying hard, but they're just no fluency in their game whatsoever.
There's quite a battle between O'Connor and Ginn. It'll be worth watching, I think.
Yeah, and I've been watching. It's pretty good.
O'Connor's trying to go on to Trotter too, I think, somehow. But anyway, back in the middle, Anderton got it down. Past Dowie, running onto it from half-back, Nankervis, rides the bump, gets the handball out to the call from Armstrong. Got Riley in support. Armstrong goes right, then left, comes back right off a step, goes long towards half-forward. Carrera kept his eye on it, and also Lithgow should have taken the mark, didn't, crunched into the ground. The umpire says it's mine, and he'll ball it up at half-forward for Thomson. So O'Connor hands the footy back to umpire Hallett, who throws the ball up in the air for Anderton, and Meek, who gets it down to Orwin. Handball to Trotter was okay. Runs across half-back. Not much to kick to it at centre wing. On a long lead, Watts. Handballs it to Paul Pandy. Loses it though. Roberts kick off the ground past McLeod. Falls into the arms of O'Connor. Handballs it back towards Daniels, who runs around at centre wing and then just chips the ball to Forbes in the middle. He takes the mark.
Kick along, Forbesy.
Marcus Forbes goes a left foot kick. The long lead coming out of Coley. Over his head though. And Walter reads it the better, takes the mark for the Hawks. Switches play to the outer side, half-back flank. Orwin takes the mark.
Is that a switch at full-back? Walter, is it off Panther?
Yep, I think so. Now Orwin just chips it up and sets a task for a couple of his players. Lowther comes at it. Now Cook got it away by hand, but only as far as Daniels. Handballed it away. Stood in the tackle. Nankervis got it to Lowther. He goes with a one-step kick towards half-forward. Forbes over the back. Tapped it away. McLeod front and centre. Handball over the top to Riley. Got some players running past. Advantage paid. Goes to O'Connor. 40 metres out and closing right foot kick. Panther over the back. Takes the mark. And will shoot for goal from 5 metres out. Pretty acute angle, but you're nearly backing the way the form he's been in.
I'd say he'll sneak around a good metre, Jason, and open it right up, and he's definitely a goal kicker, there's no doubt about that.
So Ross Panther has kicked 4 goals too already this afternoon. He's not far out, but he's on the acutest of angles. He comes around now, right foot kick, and misses.
That was a shocker. There was a Barry Crocker.
So 4 goals, 3 to Ross Panther, and Thomson go to 8-9-57. They lead Inverleigh 1-1-7 Raiders. Bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 9.5 minutes played.
So Walter now to kick in for Inverleigh. It's a glorious kick. It's going to land on centre wing. In fact, it's over the head of the players in the centre. Forbes, nice punch forward. Handball comes from Yates to teammate in Riley. Riley just chips it towards the goal square. Panther can't pick the footy up. He gets it, Walter does well on that occasion. Gets it out somehow. McCallum is tackled high, said the umpire. That'll probably be 50 metres, I'm afraid, because was Hood whistle had blown, then had a pot shot at goal, and that's a pretty poor effort, I'm afraid, for Thomson. And Sabali Armstrong's letting him know too, I think, as the ball now comes right back to the centre with that 50-metre penalty. Free kick already given to Lockie McCallum. Now, away he goes. Well, he kicks it short into the centre of the ground. Mark taken there by Brungies to half forward, off hands. It's, well, the handball from Watts missed its target, but coming back as far. He's a pretty classy player, this fella. Has a bounce, runs to 50, lines up the goals. It's a nice looking kick off the boot, unfortunately, across the face of goal, and only a behind to Nick Farr. 1-8 Inverleigh. They lead trail Thomson 8-9, 57 Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 11 minutes gone.
So Armstrong waits for the footy to come back to him at fullback. He's got it now. What's he got on offer? He's got Baxter short. Lowther and Aitchison come to the defensive side. He goes in that direction now. Armitage gets across there as well, as does Cook. The two number 13s go at it. Front and centre from Daniels was great. Handball was chopped off, though. O'Connor has to go back and meet it. Does so. He handballs it back to Aitchison. Off a step now. Just measures the pass towards Nan Kermison. Holds up in the breeze. Oh, that's nearly 50. Thank you.
50.
He's a bit late there, James Meek. And it will be a free kick and 50. Or the mark, in fact, to Nan Kermison and 50.
He probably couldn't stop.
No,
James,
he probably wasn't. He was up pretty early.
But the 50 was there.
So down to half forward now for Terry Nankervis. Panther gives him a lead. He chips it though to Lowther, who followed the footy down from centre half back. Thought about the handball to Spence.
Spence wasn't watching.
Oh, you don't turn
just
your back
on the ground. Spence to replace Dowie. Now Lowther chips the ball towards Yates. Handball it. And Yates has taken the mark.
He's got to have a shot from you, Yatesy.
So Andrew Yates will shoot for goal from 30 metres out, slide angle.
I'll still go with you for handball, though.
Run past. Where's Forbesy? Where's Forbesy?
Forbesy, get in there.
So Andrew Yates will shoot for goal 30 metres out. This will restore the goal kicking confidence if he can put this through. This is a tough kick into the breeze. We'll see how he goes. Just on the inside of the right-hand goal post, I reckon, for Andrew Yates. He comes in. Oh, he's out on the left-hand goal post. He's kicked it beautifully. And Andrew Yates has put his first on the board. And the ninth for Thomson. They go to 9-9-63. And they lead Inverleigh 1-8 Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 12.5 minutes played.
Some interesting quarter time scores. Other GDFL games. Corio 5-8. East Geelong 2-3. Aniki 2-2. Belmont Lions 11 goals 4. Geelong West 2 behinds, Belpost Hill 7-2, Winchelsea 5 goals 4, Werribee Central's 4-2, Bannockburn 5-5, North Geelong 3-3. As the ball goes in the middle, up and going, Anderton gets a tap down for Thomson, comes to ground, Spence runs onto the footy, nice handball out, finds McLeod. He chips it further forward. The lead was well under the football there by Edwards, and the mark taken by Collins at halfback. Terrible kick around the body. Gee, saved by a teammate on centre wing who takes the mark and plays on quickly towards half forward. Baxter, one-on-one, great contest back there. Finally gets the ball clear. Picked up there by McCarthy. He's a goal sneak. Hooks it on the left foot towards the full forward area. It's across the face of goal. And runs over the boundary line. Out of bounds, 5 metres from the behind post, deep in the forward area for Inverleigh. 13.5 minutes gone second quarter. They're having a fair amount of difficulty finding the goal face. Having trouble the scorer with a goal in this quarter, and Thomson have kicked 3 into what is a very strong breeze here at Godfrey Street. As the boundary umpire puts the ball in the air, it's going to come back and hit him in the head. I think it went so high that picked up by Feldman on the left foot. Oh, McLeod saved him there. Nice mark at full stretch. So Todd McLeod kicks to the middle of the ground. Gee whiz, he set his teammate a bit of a task there. Terrible kick. Mark taken easily by Meek in the middle of the ground for Inverleigh. Ball goes to half forward. And McLeod perhaps saved the deal a little. Picked up by Anderton, goes wide. Yeah, O'Connor's on his own out there. Has plenty of time. Picks it up, steadies. Now gets, well, he's bundled off the footy as he kicked it. And umpire said that's all fair. Marked in the middle of the ground again by Meek for Inverleigh. He decides to kick short, looking for Trotter. Finds Clayton Trotter, centre wing. He's gone wide, probably to the wrong side of the ground, I think. And, that's poor leadership by the coach, Laurie, kicking into the defensive side.
Yeah, no, that's no advantage out there. That's the place where it's going to be hardest to kick a goal from there. And the thing about it, Eric, it takes time to get in from over there, and the time's going along quickly.
Well, the boundary umpire is having great difficulty putting the ball into the breeze. So, well, he's got it in the air again, but the wind's blowing it back toward the boundary. Trotter accepts the tap down. Nice handball to Highland. He can't get clear. Good, strong defensive work there by Thomson. And they've forced the ball over the boundary line once again. Inverleigh perhaps gained 5 metres. But the ball's going to spend a lot of time out here. If Thomson want to defend it, they can do it very comfortably, Laurie, just by pushing it toward the boundary. This time,
it's right where they want it.
It's a nice tap by Orville over to McCallum by hand. He's had a pot shot from a long way out, and almost good mark there for Thomson. Not paid by the umpire. The ball finally comes out, and well, a terrible kick off a step. Who was that? Was that
Baxter?
Baxter it was. Under a little bit of pressure, but the moment he put the ball on the boot, I think he put the hand to the head, knew what he'd done, and it's out of bounds on the full with Nick Farr, who kicked it behind from a similar position in general play about 5 minutes ago. Will have an opportunity from a standing start. Right in front of the scoreboard here at Godfrey Street. Anybody who knows the ground, he's man on the marks, 45 metres from goal on the boundary, and Nick Farr will move in now and certainly have a shot on goal. Probably left-hand goalpost or further left, Laurie, the way the bruise is. Comes in now, he's put it high in the air. It's a nice looking kick. I tell you what, the goal umpires have had a very good look at it, and that's a magnificent goal to Nick Farr. And that's the second for Inverleigh. 2 goals, 2-14. They trail Thomson, however, 9-9-63. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 16.5 minutes gone.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kick from goal there. I thought he'd like to have been in another 10 metres inside the boundary there and open up just a little bit more, but he threaded the needle there. That was sensational, and Inverleigh have got to quickly get some more goals, otherwise they're going to be right out of this game and just play up, catch-up football. They're probably already doing that now at this stage.
Back in the middle, Anderton and Meek. Anderton got it down towards Riley. He loses it now in the tackle. Trotter comes through, handball back to Walter at half-back. On centre wing now, runs with the footy, goes towards half-forward, but Lauder read it better, took the mark over the top of Farr. Now he goes towards centre wing, Okoli at behind Walter. Comes at it, Forbes as well, close to the boundary line, sees it over. And it will be a boundary throw in centre wing.
Shane Louth, a better play down back, Eric, I think, up there and up forward.
Yeah, very good player. Reads it well.
So Andrew throwing right in front of our commentary box on centre wing. Anderton and Meek, and a big thump away towards the wide open space at half forward. Orwin gets back there. Riley, they both leave the footy behind. Owen O'Connor, he sees it over the line for a boundary throw in half forward. The Tigers into attack. So
the wind's a bit gusty now. A couple of minutes ago, that was really strong.
So boundary throw in. Anderton from behind. Meek in the front, now O'Connor on hands and knees, shuffles it out to Riley, off a step, outside of the right foot towards centre half forward. Edwards loses it in the tackle, Carrera comes at it, he handball, we look for a handball, now he turns around and kicks it, it's okay, too far, takes the mark on centre wing, handballs it away to Highlight, runs through, shows his pace, and takes a bounce, goes to 50, left foot kick, terrible off the boot, you'd love to be a forward blind player with that. And it's out of bounce, and the boundary umpire comes from centre wing to do the throw in.
Well, it's just a little bit of inexperience in there. He's only a youngster. He used his toe to get away there, but you've still got to find that bit of balance to kick the goal, and he was off balance, and he was just going a bit too quick.
Tell you what, first glance looks a bit like Matty Furman, doesn't he?
Does a little bit.
So Bandry throw in the right forward pocket, Inverleigh into attack. Thrown in now from the ruck contest. Daniels at the front, leaves it to Lowther, handballs it over the head of Spence. Now Inverleigh have the footy far, off a step, left foot kick back towards the 10 metre square. Sawyer over the Baxter, wants to see it through, I believe, and does so. 4 behind to Inverleigh. They go to 2-3-15. They trail Thomson 9-9-63. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 19 minutes played.
Interesting now, Laurie, to see how Armstrong tackles kicking into the breeze. It'll be a bit better test of his kicking ability.
Well, he's just as likely to touch it and run into the 30 and kick it into the middle, I'd say.
That's amazing. They're all certainly grouping in the middle of the ground, and now they're starting to break. He hasn't got a lot of opportunities. All going to the Godfrey Street side. So decides to chip it short and finds Roberts in the back pocket. So possession football is going to be the order of the day here for Thomson if they can sustain it. Roberts now.
What would you go there for?
The call, well, it came from across the ground, and
you've got to make him pay for that. He has.
Well, Hylett intercepted the kick across the face of goal. Mark ran into an open goal, and terrible mistake by the Thomson defence. 3 goals, 3-21 Inverleigh. 9-9-63 Thomson. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 20 minutes gone.
I don't see the runner going out there, but boy, if I was coaching, he'd be out there by now.
There he goes.
Just might have taken Stoney a few minutes to calm down.
Relay the message. Back to the middle. Anderton gets it down from the ruck contest. Kick off the ground by O'Connor. Riley to run onto it as well. He meets Lithgow. Now O'Connor rides the bump, loses the football through the middle. Anderton creates a path but doesn't take the footy. Now Carrera in the middle. He's wrapped up, not going anywhere, and the umpire will come in and ball it up still in the middle of the ground. Just on the attacking side of the centre circle for Thomson. So ball up, Anderton and Meek. Anderton takes out the ruck contest. Kick was smothered, falls towards Trotter. Gets away, gets the hands free to McCallum. Now right foot kick goes towards centre wing. And McCarthy can't take it with him. Oh, pushing the back. The umpire says no. It will be held to him. And it will be a ball up centre wing.
How is that not a free kick, Laurie? Goodness gracious me.
Smiley Armstrong doesn't have a back, he just has two fronts.
Oh.
The umpire throws the ball in the air. Over the back, Orwin. Left foot kick inside 50. Lowther reads the ball but loses it in the contest. Now Paul Pandy through the middle. Blind turn. Needs the support. Handball away to McCarthy. Off a step. Left foot kick. Terrible.
Shocker.
And out of bounds on the full for Inverleigh. So the Tigers to take the free kick. I don't think they'll be kicking across the goal on this occasion.
No, I don't think so. No.
And Baxter to take the free kick.
It's sort of an element of supreme confidence to defend on that other side, Laurie, with the breeze. But goodness gracious, you.
Well, if you're going to switch the play, it's pretty difficult on a day like today when it's windy such as this.
Well, he's going to have the chance again.
He's in control of it.
So Roberts has taken the mark.
I bet he kicks it long.
Still inside defensive 50. He does. He drives as long as he can towards centre wing. That's what he should have done in the first place. Feldman, third in line. Orwin there as well, off the pack. And Aitchison in the middle. O'Connor fighting hard for it. Loses the football in the tackle. McLeod puts on the tackle against Meek. And the umpire will come in and ball it up centre wing on the outer side. They've been playing 22 minutes second term. Thomson 9-9-63. They lead Inverleigh 3-3-21.
Again with a carrying a shoulder.
Yep.
Could be badly hurt there, we'll look at it.
Brungies from the contest goes towards Pandy at full forward. From the middle, now Armstrong works his way through a couple, then a little toe poke, not much to kick to. Coming across Trotter, needs some support. Does he get away? No, he can't. That's out of bounds in front of the scoreboard here, in the left forward pocket for Inverleigh. So a boundary throw in. Orwin. Possibly up against, well, a Coley in the end. Lowther might have got there, but he didn't in time. Hood gets a kick away to Anderton. Turns around on the right boot, goes towards centre wing. One-on-one Yates and Collins. Yates works his way to the front now. McLeod gives it back to Yates. Handballs it to O'Connor. He does off a step towards centre half forward. Carrera runs back with a fly to the foot. He doesn't sit for him. 3-on-1 if Thomson, if it sits for him. Riley, he's got Feldman. He handballs away to a Coley. Now he's got Feldman, but he goes longer to Panther. And Panther got a hand to it. Oh, I thought about the handball to Feldman. Turns around, right foot kick, and kicks the goal. Why would you handball it when you kick goals like that? Ross Panther has kicked his fifth.
That was great judgment.
That was a class goal.
Thomson's 10th. They go to 10-9-69. They lead Inverleigh 3-3-21. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard, 23 and a half minutes played.
I thought they were going to muck it up, Thomson, Laurie. They had an abundance of players and no defenders there, and the one guy who was at Walter back there did a terrific job trying to bottle it up, but Panther, magnificent goal at the finish.
Yeah, well, he got out in front of the goal and the wind did the rest, brought it straight back in, and he's certainly a live wire up there.
So the ball back in the middle with umpire Wheeler-Hand to put the ball in the air. Anderton once again, this time against Meek. Meek gets a tap down. Trotter went without the footy. Good strong work there. Came undone for Inverleigh as O'Connor running forward. Coley there to give him some support. Orwin went without the footy. Now it's Hood. Finally comes clear with his pace and a little bit of shepherding there by Yates. Nicely done. A beautifully weighted kick over the top there. Walter's having a nightmare day. He's now on Troy Feldman, who's taken the mark, and he's only 35 metres out directly in front. So Josh Walter might be hoping or wishing he never came, Laurie, today. Panthers already kicked 4 on him, and now Troy Feldman is on him.
3 second.
It's an opportunity. It's a very difficult kick though into the breeze, but quite a capable kick. Troy Feldman keeps it low. Beautifully controlled kick, and he's kicked his second, Troy Feldman, and that's a class goal certainly as well. That's the 11th for Thomson. 11-9-75. They lead Inverleigh 3-3-21. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. 25 minutes now gone.
Yeah, well, it was Hoodie's good play there. He was able to run the ball, and it just shows the benefit when you go into the breeze, being prepared to run with it, and caught Inverleigh out a little bit, and Feldman was just sort of in the right position, but and it was just over the top, just nice little kick, and finished it off beautifully. As you said, it was a good kick from there to kick a goal.
So back to the middle, and Meek. Umpire throws the ball in the air. Meek gets it down. O'Connor overruns it. Needs to try and battle back and get it. He can't do so effectively. The umpire will come in and ball it up. For Anderton and Meek once again. Umpire Wheelerham with the footy. Throws it in the air. Anderton goes up early, falls towards Hood, tries to tap it on to Nankervis. Over the top of it, Collins needs to get rid of it. Does so. Hood does well again. Handball though, chopped off by Meek. Gets a right foot kick inside 50. Lowther tried to push far behind the footy. Now coming out also as Watts. Lowther, Roberts. He gets a clearing kick towards the boundary line. Running onto it, Brungies and also Riley. Brungies good pick up. Now he wheels around, handballs it towards far. He gets around on the left boot. Kicks it high. Lucky you for being a forward. Lowther gets back there. Push. Back. And a free kick to Thomson.
And
Andrew Aitchison will take the free kick in the last line of defence. In the left back pocket for the Tigers. He switches play towards the right back pocket. Baxter takes the mark. Now he chips the ball to Roberts. Still in the right back pocket. Now he chips the ball dangerously. Orman nearly could have got a free kick against Riley. Now tried a left foot kick across centre half forward. Oh, the Inverleigh players leave it for each other, McCallum and Farr. And running onto it there was Hood and also Anderton. But it comes to Farr now. 50 out. Wheels around on the right boot. Measures the pass towards Pandy. That's a good kick. And
good vision there.
He'll shoot for goal from 35 metres out directly in front. Paul Pandy.
You'd have to question Roberts' decision making.
Yes, yeah.
Goodness gracious.
In fact, it's Adrian Panty, sorry. Yeah, Adrian Panty, sorry. From full forward to line up for his first goal. And the fourth for Inverleigh. Comes in now. He's kicked 33 goals for the season. And he's still kicked 33 goals for the season. Out of bounds on the full.
He missed that by a long way, didn't he?
That getting back to Andy, that Brad Roberts kick there, the switcher play was good first. It got out onto this side of the fence's side. He should have kept it going wide. He had to go back in board. I don't know for why.
Well, they're in bother now because he's got the resulting free kick, but it's gone wide to half-back. Big pack of players on half-back flank for Thomson. Ball taken over the boundary line on that occasion by Hylett. And umpire was Johnny on the spot, and we'll have a throw in front of the change room. Well, Brad Roberts is paying the ultimate penalty. He's just been replaced by Jones coming onto the back pocket from the throw in. The ball, Nankervis tripped himself up with the footy, Anderton tackled very high, and I would suggest the free kick will go to Anderton, Brett Anderton on half-back flank for Thomson. It has, being the left footer, will go more toward the centre of the ground. Big pack of players there. Well, in perfect position. Yates didn't take the mark. Forbes does well to pick up the crumbs. Carrera comes clear. His handball is intercepted. Now Inverleigh. Handball comes out to Orwin. A little chip pass has found Collins. Not 15, said the umpire. Handball comes back to Meek. Now across to the place where it should be. Baxter does well. Ahead there of Panty. Tackled high Panty. Not seen by the umpire. Handball comes out to Far. He hooks it round on the left foot. It's not a bad sort of an effort. He's not a left footer, but he has kicked a goal off his left foot. He's second for the day, Nick Farr, and that's the fourth for the Inverleigh side. 4-3-27, but they trail Thomson 11-9-75. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. We've just ticked past 29 minutes.
Yeah, that was certainly a good shot on goal there. He got around, and once he was able to steady a little bit and slot it right through. So. They're just working away. They're a long way down, but they're just got to keep working at it.
That's a good battle, Farr and Lowther. Lowther back on him. Both quite competent players, I'd suggest.
Back to the middle. Umpire Hallett with the football for Meek and Anderton. Close to siren time for half-time. Throws it in the air. Anderton got tapped to it, so did Meek. Now falls to Orwin, falls to Trotter. Tackled. Umpire says held to him, and we'll have a ball up. I think he's just giving birth to the footy too, Clayton Trotter. It's underneath him. He looks ruefully at the umpire, possibly a better free kick for a push in the back. Anderton goes up early, gets it down towards Trotter again as the siren sounds. And him and Dan O'Connor just exchanging pleasantries at half-time. At half-time, it is Thomson 11-9-75. And they lead Inverleigh 4-3-27. In that quarter, Thomson managed 5 goals, 1 into the breeze, and Inverleigh managed 3 goals, 2 with it. And it's 11-9-75, Thomson Inverleigh 4-3-27. The goal kickers for Thomson, 5 to Ross Panther, 2 to Troy Feldman, singles to Andrew Yates, Brett Anderton, Todd McLeod and Brett Dowie, while for Inverleigh, 2 to Nick Farr, singles to Paul Pandy and to Chris Hylett. So it's 11-9-75 Thomson. They lead Inverleigh 4-3-27 at the main break. We'll take a break, and when we come back, the second half action of our Matchday Live coverage this afternoon at Godfrey Street between Thomson and Inverleigh. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.